Hey folks, John Oakes here with Hankster's Hot Rods. Today in our Homer City, Pennsylvania location, we are going over, yes, another addition to our inventory. This one, very nice car here, sitting right behind me here. It is a 1969 Chevrolet Chevelle. Now this one here is done up with the SS styling, with all the badges and so forth. Not a real SS, but man, is this car very, very nice. So give you just kind of the lowdown, the rundown of the car here as far as what the basics of it are. Obviously 69 Chevelle here. We do in fact have a big block motor in this car. It's a 427 cubic inch big block motor, and we'll go over all the stuff that's on it once we get around to under the hood here with it. But behind that, for the transmission, we've got a 4L80 4-speed automatic transmission. We also have the GM 12-bolt rear end on this car, 343 gear with the POSI unit in there. As far as brakes and steering, it has power everything. So power brakes, disc up front, drums on the rear, and then power steering on this car, of course. So again, as you see here, all steel here, even the hood. We've got the SS hood on the car as well. It's got those the chrome grills in the back side here, which again all look to be in good shape, as well as all of the bright work, the trim work that's around the back edge of the hood here. As far as the sides of the car here, obviously you see it's got the white SS stripes on it, also with the SS 396 fender badges here on the car. More bright work on the car is going to include the wheel well lip moldings here. So again, you can see those are very nicely polished up here, all attached to the car, very good and secure, nice and straight. Wheels and tires on this particular car, they do have a slightly different size wheel on it front to back. So we've got 14-inch wheels on the front, 15s on the back. As you can see, they are the SS style rally wheel for the Chevelle, complete with the beauty rings and the SS center caps. And then of course for tires, all the way around on the car, we've got the BFGoodrich Radial TAs. We've got two 1570 R14s on the front and two 7560 R15s out on the back. As we come back a little further, we're going to notice that we've got mirrors here on our doors. We've got both sides here, driver and passenger side. The chrome on the mirrors in great shape, as well as that glass there. All of our bright work on the side now of the car here, up over top the windows here. Your rain gutter moldings here, those are in great shape, nice and straight, polished very well here. The other thing, I always check that rain gutter to see if it's smooth, and that in fact it is. The glass on this car, we've got slightly tinted glass here in the side windows. Again, no chips, cracks, or scratches on any of the glass, whether it be the door or the quarter window glass. Even your trim work here on your quarter window here is in great shape here. Door handles, chrome finish on those, looks to be really, really nice. And your gaps on these doors here on this side, at least till we get to the other side, very nice gaps front and rear. As you can see, body lines all match up. All of your elevations here with your quarter panels, as well as what your fenders have there, all look very good. Again, the car is nice and straight all the way down the sides. So that's pretty much it for the door. Let's go ahead and open this up. That way we can talk a little bit about the interior here. So again, there's still quite a few goodies on the interior on this car. All black upholstery, the black bucket seats with the headrest there, as you can see. Center console with cup holders. You've got the B&M Quicksilver shifter there in the center also for that automatic transmission. The dash is in great shape. It does in fact have an aftermarket custom Autosound AM/FM radio unit in it. It is Bluetooth capable, and it does in fact have a set of 6x9 speakers in the package tray in the back. As far as the gauges go, well, that's a set of Dakota digital gauges there. They are the white-faced analog style gauge, so a very nice gauge pack, and I believe we've got photos of that all lit up on our website. As you can see, it's got the 3-bar steering wheel, the sport style steering wheel. The upholstery, the carpeting, the door panels, everything in this car looks to be in great shape here. Even like things like your armrest pads on the doors here, you normally would see some wear and tear on those, but again, all looks good here. As far as our weather stripping and our seals go, our weather stripping and seals all the way around here, all all complete here. There's no rips, no tears, no pieces torn out of it, so it's going to seal up very nice. Even our quarter window seals here, those are in great shape and all attached secure, as well as our door weather stripping here, all good and solid there, attached to the door very securely. Even the rubber bump stops are there on the door for you. And again, it all closes up very easy. Again, no problem shutting the door, seals up very nice, and again, it is nice and flush. Quarter panels nice and straight on the car. We've already discussed the wheels and tires, so we come back here to the rear of the car now. You've got that very nice chrome rear bumper there. Down below that, you've got a set of chrome exhaust tips here also for the car. As we look up a little bit further now, the tail lights, your lenses, again, there's no chips or cracks in any of the lenses here on either side, so those are all in good shape. Your bezels are all in good shape there too. Of course, you got your cladding here on the tail panel with the SS396 badging, and then up on your trunk lid you've got the Chevelle script emblem up there. The rear glass itself is in good shape, no chips or cracks anywhere in that, and again, all your bright work, all your molding around the windshield is all securely fastened, all looks to be in great shape. Since we're back here, we'll go ahead and open up our trunk lid, take a look inside. Again, no surprises here. Everything looks very nice in here. As you can see, the underside of the trunk done the same red as the exterior of the car. You see all of your decals here underneath, just as it would have been from the factory. Hinges, the trunk spring, all functioning as they should by holding that trunk lid up. And again, your weather stripping all the way around your trunk here is in good condition here, nice and soft all the way around. You've even got the little rubber bumps up here on your trunk lid. And our water channels, those rain gutters there, those are all good and solid, nice and straight, so that's going to direct that water away from the trunk and out the back of the car whenever you need be. As far as the trunk floor, we can see from the underside of the car, which we'll do that here in a little bit, that the trunk is all good and solid. Now they have this carpeting in here and it is glued down. You do in fact have a set of SS396 embroidered floor mats here also that come with the car. You've got the jack in here along with the lug wrench, and then of course a full-size spare tire there for the car also. So that's pretty much the inside of the trunk. Again, very nice condition back here. We close that up, that shuts nice and easy. Of course, we have the antenna back here on the quarter panel. And again, as I'm standing back here looking up all the way to the front of the car, again, the passenger side is good and straight all the way down. So again, we'll just kind of go over everything here again. Those wheel lip moldings are all in great shape on the car. The white stripe the whole way down the side of the car. Glass, no chips, cracks, scratches on the passenger side. The bright work, the molding up here, all in great condition too. That matching passenger side mirror is in great condition, as well as your door handles. And again, your gaps to the back side, as well as the front side of your passenger side door are in excellent, they've been adjusted very good here. Again, elevations are dead on too with quarters and with fenders. So let's go inside again from the passenger side this time. And again, things like, seat belts all the way around. Those are all present. Retractable belts for up front. Now you get to see another shot of that center console, which is in great shape. The dash is in great condition as well. And again, you see the seat upholstery there also, which is in phenomenal condition on this car. Carpeting, no rips, tears, or fading whatsoever on there. And again, you see the condition of all the seals here up around your window, your quarter window seal, as well as all of your door weather stripping here. Rubber bump stops are all present on this side as well. And again, we'll make our way around to the front now. So again, you've got the matching SS396 emblem on that front fender. Again, all of your, you know, turn signals, your side marker lights, the lenses, the bezels, all of that stuff, all in great condition on this car. As far as the front end goes here, you've got that chrome bumper up front, which is in excellent shape. There's no pitting, no scratches that I can see. That bumper looks phenomenal. As far as your headlights go, of course, these are going to be traditional sealed beam unit glass lenses. So again, you got your low beam, your high beam, no cracks or chips in any of the glass on here. All of your bezels are in good shape. The grille itself is all intact on this car. And again, you have that matching 396 SS badge there up front. We've already kind of discussed the hood, but now you can see the fitment of it. You can see all your gaps all the way around that hood, all pretty nice there. And again, your windshield, again, I don't see any cracks or any scratches in the windshield. All looks good here, as well as your bright work, your molding here, all securely fastened there. Windshield wipers are in great shape. The arms are in good condition, as well as the blades themselves. And of course, as the trunk lid had the Chevelle script emblem, this has it on the header panel as well. Now that we've been kind of all around the car, we'll go ahead and open our hood up and we'll take a look at what we've got underneath here. So with the hood raised up, obviously you can see the underside's done in black here. You've got all of the correct hood insulation here, all intact. Again, you don't see any pieces really hanging down or anything, so that's all good and secure. And as far as the engine compartment goes, all black as it should be here. And now we get to talk about the powertrain on this car, starting with the engine. So as I mentioned at the onset of the video there, we do in fact have a 427 cubic inch big block Chevrolet engine. As you can see, some of the goodies are here on the car. We've got an Edelbrock chrome air cleaner. Right directly underneath that is going to be an Edelbrock 750 CFM carburetor, and it does in fact have the electric choke on that, all wired up and functional. Underneath that, for the intake, we do have a Weiand Stealth aluminum intake. Of course, you can see the big 427 embossed aluminum valve covers on this car. That's a very nice look for this this machine here. And then as far as the heads go, now I'm not exactly sure of what particular type of Brodix head they are. They are an aluminum head. I just don't know what Brodix head they are, but they are in fact Brodix, which Brodix is a very good name brand for a set of heads for these cars. So they're going to breathe very, very good for this particular motor here. Now off of the heads here, for the exhaust, we've got the cast exhaust manifolds. And there's a lot of people that will do that. They'll keep the exhaust manifolds on the car. They seem to seal up sometimes a whole lot better. And depending on what kind of room you have in these cars too, which with a big block motor, you're kind of limited there for room to get a set of headers in there. So they've left the exhaust manifolds on it. It's got a full 2¼ inch exhaust on it, all the way back through to a set of dual Flowmaster mufflers on it, and then of course the tailpipes. But again, we'll see all that stuff a lot better once we get underneath the car here in just a minute. As far as the ignition system, we do have it's an MSD Pro Billet distributor there. It's got the Edelbrock high performance coil on it, a nice set of MSD spark plug wires. These are 8.5mm plug wires, so that's going to help deliver that spark to that engine a whole lot better there too. It does in fact have a Edelbrock fuel regulator in here as well. It contains a inline fuel filter on it also, not only going to the carburetor, but there's one also in the fuel line underneath the car, as this car does in fact have an electric fuel pump inside the tank there. So you want to make sure that you keep, you know, all of your fuel as clean as possible, and this way you do it. You've got it filtered both before the regulator and going back from the tank there. As far as the radiator goes, for cooling purposes on the big block, we do in fact have an aluminum radiator here. The shroud is all complete here. It's not broke, not cracked. It's in great shape. 7-blade steel mechanical clutch fan on this car here. You do in fact have an aftermarket air conditioning system on this car too. Vintage Air is what is on this car, and it works phenomenal here. So again, you know, even though you've got a you know, muscle car with tons of performance here, you've also got the comfort of AC in the summertime when those days are hot and you're out in this car here cruising around. I mentioned power steering, power brakes on this car as well. You do in fact have the chrome lid on the brake master cylinder there. You even have the billet aluminum overflow tank for your radiator there too, to kind of help dress things up underneath here. And one other thing, not that it's a big deal, but we'll point it out. Again, you do see the old style Delco battery top here. Now again, it is not that style of battery. They just make these covers for the battery to give it that old school look underneath the hood. So this is in fact just a cover that goes over top of the battery. Other than that, I mean, the hood hinges, the springs, those are all functioning as they should. You've got your transmission cooler up front here. Again, as I mentioned, it's the 4L80 4-speed automatic transmission with the GM 12-bolt rear end, 343 gear ratio with a POSI unit in there. Now again, there's a bunch of other goodies to go over on this car. We'll hit on that stuff as we get underneath. Things like, you know, the suspension, you know, it's got good Gabriel shocks on it, and it's all full tubular too. So upper and lower control arms on the front, tubular. Same thing with the rear arms back there. They're all tubular. Sway bars front and rear. As we mentioned, disc brakes up front, drums on the back. So everything about this car, super nice, great performance car, not only from the engine standpoint, but from a suspension and a braking and steering standpoint too. So again, this car is kind of the total package, a good car for you. So with that said, I always tell you, no matter where you're watching the video from right now, always go to our website there, www.hanksters.com. That way you'll be able to check out upwards of 100 photos of this car as well as all of our other cars on there. You'll also have the full description of this car, all the options, all the components that's on this vehicle. You'll see our retail pricing on this vehicle, as well as the fact that it does, with full retail pricing, it includes enclosed shipping to anywhere within the contiguous 48 states, as well as it includes our Hanksters 3-month, 3,000-mile powertrain warranty too, at the full asking price. Other than that, I mean, I always go over the fact that if there is any accessories, any parts, any changes that you would like to maybe have done to this car in order for you to purchase it, just reach out to us. Let us know what it is. We'll be glad to get you pricing on parts and labor to have whatever it is done that you would like to have done. So with that said, we'll go ahead, take a moment just to close everything up here. We're going to get this back on our lift. We'll go underneath it, and I'll show you everything that there is underneath this car next. Hi folks, here we are once again back here in our shop with our car on the lift, our 69 Chevrolet Chevelle here. We're going to go through this thing front to back just like we always do, and I'm going to point out to you as much as what I can here, much as what I can remember, as far as what all it is that we are looking at underneath here, and kind of go over the condition of everything as we do that. First and foremost, starting here at the front, obviously behind our chrome front bumper here, I'm looking at the bottom of our radiator. Again, that is an aluminum radiator. Everything looks to be nice and dry across the whole bottom of that radiator, including the drain petcock and your lower radiator hose and the clamps there. Everything looks to be sealed up very nicely. Also, I look at things like the radiator shroud. Again, it is all intact. It's not broke. There's no pieces missing out of it. All good and complete, secured there, all like it should be. Other lines that we see here, things going back to the transmission as far as like your transmission cooler lines. Those are nice and dry as what I can see here up front. We'll take a look at it a little further back, but up here we are nice and dry. Of course, we got those chrome pulleys up above there. The damper there, I see that all looks to be very, very nice. And then of course we get back to the suspension of this car here, the front suspension. First and foremost, we have the front cross member here. Everything bolts right off of that. This is nice and straight across the bottom here. Doesn't look like it's ever been really scrubbed on anything underneath here. As far as the A-arms on this car, well, we've got aftermarket parts here. These are full tubular upper and lower control arms on this Chevelle, all in very nice condition. You can tell bushings and so forth at all of your mounting locations are all fairly new. Ball joints all look to be in great condition, all have the rubber dust boots on them to keep the grease and dirt and debris out, so everything lasts so much longer. And then as far as additional stuff, of course, we got the 1-inch sway bar up front, the adjustable sway bar end links on the car also, and again, everything is in good shape here. The bushings here at your frame mounts as well as out at those end links, everything looks to be in great shape. Power steering car, and of course we always look at the drag link, the pitman arm, and then of course our tie rods and tie rod ends, all of which have been checked over and all of which all look to be in great shape underneath here. And then brakes, obviously power brakes on this particular car. We do in fact have the disc brakes up front, drums out on the rear, complete with the emergency brake all hooked up. Now again, this is just going to be standard, you know, GM components here, so when it comes time for your consumables, your brake pads, your rotors and such, you'll be able to stop in at any auto parts store, ask them for parts for this car, and they should be able to fix you right up. And then of course we'll finish out at the ends here with our wheels and tires. Of course, from our walk around video, you did see that this does have the SS style rally wheels. They kind of look like the Magnum 500 style wheel, but again, these were the GM version, all of which are in great shape. These are 14-inch up front here. BFGoodrich Radial TA tires on all four corners. The tread's in excellent condition on these. As far as the front tire size, we got 215, 70 or 14s, I believe, on the front, and then the back has 275, 60 or 15s back there. Now that we've gone over that, let's slide in here to the engine here. We're going to look at things like our oil pan, the bottom of the transmission lines and so forth there. So as far as that motor goes, again, that was that 427 cubic inch big block Chevrolet motor here. It does have the dual kick oil pan here so that you can get extra oil in there, and that is never a bad thing. That is always good to get a little extra in there. Again, that pan is nice and dry. The drain plug itself sealed up very nice there, and again, there's no leaks or drips at the back side here as if you had any kind of like a rear main seal leak. It is nice and dry here. Transmission, well, this is that 4L80 4-speed automatic transmission. Flywheel has the cover there. Again, or wait, no. Yep, it's open underneath there, but it's again, it's a good tight fitting bell housing underneath here. As you can see, there's just enough room for me to get a finger up in there. So again, nice tight fit underneath here. As far as that transmission pan goes, it is sealed up nice and tight all the way around with no leaks or drips there. Even that drain plug, again, nice and dry around that. As far as all your lines and so forth coming back from your cooler, for your transmission cooler, those are nice and dry all the way back to the side of the transmission. So again, all good there. As far as the tail shaft itself, well, we always check that output shaft seal where your slip yoke slides into it, and that is nice and dry also. As far as the what else we see underneath here, well, we've got our exhaust, as you can see that going the whole way back through the car. The exhaust in this car here, we'll look up here and see that it looks to be a set of exhaust manifolds, 2¼ inch exhaust all the way back here into a set of Flowmaster mufflers, and then of course we've got the tailpipes up over top of the rear housing with a set of chrome exhaust tips back there. As far as the transmission cross member, that is nice and straight here, again, all secured in the car by bolts here out at the frame. And then of course the actual tail shaft mount itself, that is in good condition too. Drive shaft, we've got a steel drive shaft here. It is a balanced unit, so that's going to help eliminate any kind of driveline vibrations you might have. We also see again all those cables for your emergency brake, and it again is all run clear back to the rear drums, all hooked up and all functional. As far as the frame and the floors, the frame itself is in good condition here, good and square all the way back, nice and straight here. All of your brake lines and fuel lines and such are all in good shape. And again, they did a real nice job with your fuel lines. As you can see, you've got your stainless braided lines all the way back. You even have some corrugated, you've got some wiring and so forth within these corrugated lines here also, which helps protect everything there from the outside elements. Inline fuel filter there for the fuel to keep everything nice and clean. And then as far as the fuel pump, it is an electric fuel pump in tank. So if you ever have any issues with that, that's where it's going to be located right there. And again, it's electric. You know, things are bound to happen, but again, everything all functioning very well on the car as we see it right now. As far as the rear end itself goes now, we've got a 12-bolt GM rear end, 343 gear ratio in this POSI unit. As you can see here, more aftermarket suspension components, all tubular trailing arms back here on the rear end. And obviously those are easy to see as they are done in red here. Another 1-inch sway bar here on the back side. So again, this is going to be a super tight car. It should handle very, very well as far as that goes by having both front and rear sway bars on it. As far as the rear end goes, the front snout nice and dry here. The back diff cover here, that is nice and dry as well. All of our universals, those have been checked over too. They even have the grease fittings, the Zerk fittings on them, as do all of your rear suspension links too on both ends there. Again, that's going to keep everything running nice and free back there and make it last a whole lot longer. Gabriel shocks there as far as that goes, so good shock absorber on the car. As I mentioned before, these are 15-inch wheels now on the car back here with the BFGoodrich Radial TAs. And again, those were 275/60 15s. Back here a little further, obviously we see our exhaust tailpipes here. As I mentioned, they've got the chrome tips on them. We've got our fuel tank in here. It is just a regular tank, no fuel cells or anything like that on these cars. Regular OE style tank here, but like I said, it does have the electric fuel pump mounted inside the tank there. All your straps and hardware are all in great shape, and again, you can tell that fuel tank is in excellent condition. There's no dents or dings anywhere whatsoever. And then finally, out here at the back of the car, we do in fact have that matching chrome bumper to the front one. So that is pretty much it for the underside of our 69 Chevelle. Now before we go ahead and lower this on the lift and go underneath the hood to fire up that engine, I do want to take just a quick moment to let you folks know that we are in fact an ATC trailer dealer. We have various models here in stock on the premises. Any of you car folks out there that might be looking for an enclosed car trailer or race car trailer, go ahead and check our inventory of trailers out. You can get there by going right through our car website, going to the inventory tab, clicking the drop down and picking trailers, or you can go directly there by typing in hangstershaulers.com and you'll see every model that we have available. We can also custom order trailers too for you if you have specific needs or wants. And for those of you car customers out there that would like to get one, we can definitely offer you a little bit special pricing. Plus for the month of April here, we do have a special going on with a discount there for you. So with that said, let's go ahead and get this lowered on our lift. We'll go underneath the hood. We'll fire this 427 up, let you hear how that thing sounds.